So today we ordered dim sum from Feng Ming and ordered this like rice noodle combo. The rice noodle combo actually wasn't something that I was gonna order, but it was on sale. So it was like half off, so I was like, I'm gonna order it. But it's a pretty good deal because considering that it has like asiu and siu nga with the rice noodle, and it comes with a drink. And then this is only like $7 after discount, so that's a really good deal. I didn't know that they also have dim sum, that's why we ordered them too. So I'm gonna try the rice noodle first. It was like good, not like too soggy. And then I saw like they have a lot of like chassis combo stuff, so I kind of thought that maybe their chassis was really good. The chassis was good. Obviously not the same as the one in Richmond, like next to the superstore. But it's not like too fat. Let's try their siu nga. It's pretty like good size considering it's with the noodle combo, and then they give you so much meat. Got ham sui gao. Oh, it's nice and chewy. And also the outside is very like fluffy. Compared to the other ham sui gao that I've eaten, usually they're really thin, but this one is like really fluffy. So it has a lot of like the bread on the outside, which I really like. So this is like the 炸眼絲卷. And it comes with condensed milk. Not like crispy enough. I'm not sure is it because it's takeout, but the inside texture of the mantao is really good, so it's not bad. I noticed like this place, all their portions are very big. Like I think last time when I ordered the gamtingor, the lao sa bao, was like at least a third smaller. This one is so big. No, my guy is really good. Like it's like perfectly cooked, but it doesn't have a lot of fillings inside. I mean, it has like lap chang. I'm gonna eat this lao sa bao. Whoa. It's like overflowing. Lao sa. I think I like this better than gamtingor. This one even has more filling. Gamtingor one. And the bun is so big. I feel like this is a better deal because portion wise, everything is so much bigger. And then there's like a bonus point is that all the utensils they provided, I was reading the package, I threw away the package already because I'm a germaphobe. All the utensils they provide are composable. So they have like all these like fork and spoon that are composable. So that's good because I think a lot of like Chinese places when you do takeout, like they still use a lot of their plastic utensils, which really sucks. That I don't like. I'm gonna eat one of their feng zao. Their feng zao is not as like poofy as the gamtingor one that I've eaten, but I feel that the flavor tastes better in this feng zao, and it has a little bit of like spiciness, which is good because the gamtingor didn't have that. And last, I'm gonna try their yin yang. The yin yang is actually good because like I think a lot of places if you order yin yang it's like so milky, which I really dislike. This one has like a good balance of like lai cha and coffee, but I feel like it has a little bit more milk tea compared to the coffee one. So if you like more coffee flavor in your yin yang, then this one is like more milk tea flavor. I have been craving to eat this lai. It's really hard to make this at home because you have to really control the temperature of the ginger syrup. I've tried a few times and I never succeeded. So I always order from this first dessert on Victoria Drive. Ooh, looks so smooth. So much ginger. And this is so smooth. You know they did a good job like if you can put a spoon on there and it doesn't sink. And this is like guai and gao. It's cold, and like we got the red bean one, but I always feel like guai and gao tastes really good by itself. Like you don't need to add stuff, but if you don't like very herby, like herbal stuff, you might not like it. I don't know, the guai and gao always just tastes like canned stuff. But also because like I'm pretty sure they're not actually using guai in their guai and gao, so that's why it doesn't actually taste a thing. Tastes like the actual thing. You probably don't want to know what the actual thing is. Getting flowers for Mom's birthday. Yay! Got peonies. These are so cute. I can't wait until this white one opens because I think my mom would like that one.
ready to surprise Papa with flowers. Hello, mommy. 有冬甩同埋花，有冬甩，好靚啊！嗰啲花。你唔敢食生嘢嘛，咁我咪切洗晒。蛋糕 OK 啊，我覺得。我覺得 OK 啊。粉紅色嘅花瓣。Picked it up when I went out quickly. So Jin Sui Xiang is actually famous for like all their like steamed goods. They have very good chan fan, which is rice roll. I remember that I would eat like the rice roll in the office, and then all my coworkers would be like, what the heck is that smell? Because just a fair warning, if you eat rice roll or dumplings, like those skin gives out this kind of like a smell that might not be very pleasant if you're in an enclosed space, so just remember that. So today I still got the dumpling because I'm eating it at home. This one is like a fun gao, so inside it has peanuts, and I like their place because they do really well on their skin. They're like super chewy. And then I also ordered their chan fan. Their chan fan, like I usually get the pork one, but today I wanted the shrimp. They give you like sweet soy sauce, which I already poured onto here. I usually dip my dumpling in that soy sauce too. So chewy. They're so good. And they're made like every day fresh. So they always make their goods like in the morning. So they open quite early actually. And you can see like inside the fun gao has like pretty good like substantial filling. Like the fun gao is only like $4 for a pack of 5, which is like a pretty good deal because it's quite filling. Like you can eat, like you can get full eating that. Their chan fan is the most famous. The chan fan is not like your typical chan fan where you go to dim sum where it's kind of like wrapped around. Theirs is kind of like folded. Show you with the soy sauce. You see it's kind of like folded like a ruffle, and then they put their toppings on top instead of like inside. This is why like it's so like nice and chewy. And their chan fan is always like so, in Cantonese we call it so meat, so it kind of tastes like cotton. So every time I want to just like chan fan, I don't want to go to a dim sum place, I always come to this place. And if you're just one person, like I don't know, maybe you can go dim sum by yourself. I usually like get their jin doi. Their jin doi is like really nice and poofy. So same thing, like I feel like they do really well at their fun, like all their like funjang. It's mixed so well for all of them. Like this one is nice and chewy, but it has like this still like nice soft texture on the inside. And this was fresh. When I got it in my hand, it was like nice and warm, so it was so good. And then the last thing I got is ma lai gao. I actually never tried their ma lai gao before, but when I saw it, I just wanted to try it. And quite soft. It has that like ma lai gao flavor that you get from a dim sum place. Same thing, this was like hot when I got it. I really like ma lai gao because it reminds me of like when I was young and I go dim sum with my parents in Hong Kong. And then it would come out with a giant bowl and then you get a slice. Hong Dao Gui Fa and one of the Dai Pok. It's got a new bib today. It's so cute.
Richmond. Waiting for bubble tea with him. But he just want to pick up garbage from the ground. Right, Donut? Yes. So today we went and ordered Dong Dai Mun, and then this is the Guai Fa, and then like when they give this to you, it's like hot. It smells really good. It's not the type of mochi that I was expecting, but I know like in Korea, if you eat these, they're kind of like similar texture. It kind of tastes like steam buns, but they're like made with like rice flour. But the Guai Fa it smells good on here, but a lot of like rice flavor, and it's kind of dry. So this would taste better if you have something to drink with. But she was saying like this one we have to eat hot. Hong Dao Chi Go. So this one is like layered with like red bean. I'm not sure what this orange looking thing is. Maybe it's like yam, but it looks like a big piece. So the middle part is like brown sugar syrup. I think this is yam with like red bean on the outside. I think this one tastes a little bit better than the Guai Fa because it's less dry. Like there's more sauce. There's the other one, I feel like when I eat it, it actually just like sticks to my mouth immediately. And then this one we order is Ji Shui Hong Dao. So this is like a daifuku. Daifuku is like those Japanese one where like basically it's a piece of giant mochi like wrapped with a lot of filling. The traditional one has like strawberry in it, so this one is slightly different. It kind of tastes like those ice cream mochi, but like not as cold on the inside. But the skin is nice and soft, but it's not like that the super chewy skin. I mean, this is pretty standard, and I would say that this one is fairly easy to make. Like even if you try to make this at home, you can easily make it. But it actually tastes like fresh, like purple yam. My rice cake with donut. Yum 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 donut. We're so close to like Machi, I decided to just like try Machi again because I didn't try all the flavor. So this one is a frizzy passion fruit orange honey jasmine green tea. You can see there's like passion fruit bits inside. So this is like pretty much a fruit tea. This one is very, very strong like passion fruit flavor. I feel like that's the only flavor I can taste in this. I couldn't taste like any type of tea even though it says it has green tea in it. So this one is like you can't change the sugar or the ice level, and this is like 630. And this one is the black tea with panna cotta. So I've chose light sugar. Can't change the ice in this because I think it was already in the fridge. So this is like black milk tea, but then the panna cotta inside is like a fairly soft panna cotta. It's not the type of panna cotta that you would normally eat as an Italian dessert. So it's like a fairly suckable. I almost feel like I'm eating a suckable whipped cream, but a little bit more solidified. Yeah, it tastes like a little bit more solidified like whipped cream at the bottom. It's quite sweet. I think this part that you can't change the sugar because they already pre-made it, right? So it's just the milk tea that you're changing the sugar. But overall, this drink is quite sweet. Fries! Of course, if you go to Costco, you always have to order their fries. I would have ordered their ice cream if I didn't order like a bubble tea already, because like I always feel like Costco's ice cream is like extra creamy and like it has this like extra milky texture to it. It's just always so good. I don't know what they put in it. I probably don't want to know, but I know it tastes good. So I always order their fries with their gravy, and obviously Costco fries and gravy is always super cheap and always super crispy. But this time it's not as crispy. We just went to the Richmond one. Usually like if you eat it fresh, it always has this extra like lightly crisp around the fry. this Cosmo chicken sandwich. That's like a pretty big sandwich. And then my cappuccino that she tried to make. I would say like she got the ratio pretty close because I asked her to make a flat white, but I think she doesn't know what it is, so I told her like kind of like cappuccino but less foam, so it looks pretty good. The sauce is pretty good for a sandwich. Plus the sandwich is like fresh, like when I ordered they made it fresh in the kitchen. There's cheese, chicken, and rocket salad. Today we are taking Donut to the vet. Yes, again. Because Donut is due for his vaccines, like his regular shots that he gets regularly, like every year or every like 2 years. Plus like he's been having like problem breathing. I noticed like he is snoring a lot louder than he used to. Plus like I feel like there's always like something stuck at the back of his nose because when he's eating it always sounds like he's choking, and then it's like his breathing is not very smooth when he's eating. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Emailed her asked to see if it's like part of just aging, because like short stout dogs tends to have like breathing problem as they get older, but I just want to make sure that it's not there's like some sort of tumor inside. He removed that lump right between his eyes. That lump is coming back. I worry that there is something growing inside that's causing his changes, like why he always get eye infection, why this lump keeps growing back, and why he such a breathing problem. I'm like the nervous mom. If I find there's like slightly changes in him, I always want to find out what it is when it's early stages, and that's how I found out he had Cushing disease so early that it was almost hard to test the early stage, and that's when I started to control his eating and change his like diet so then like he could live a healthier, longer life.
Oh, yeah. Are you lost a little? Come on, big man. Let's go. Okay.
Thank you.
He really struggles for sure.
He can't even see where I am because he kind of looks at a blanket and he thinks it's me.
Yeah. So he can see like certain shapes, but he can't see fine detail of everything. And especially at nighttime, it's just one darkness, right? So his fur is thinning on the back, and he's panting, and his belly is a little bit big. Those are all signs of Cushing's, which we know that he has.
Like turning and bent, because I think his weight, like his joints are not supporting his weight, so he's kind of like his weight is...
the breed he is, that's very normal, that's very common. With the extra weight and whatnot, that's going to cause some turning. I mean, of course, arthritis is a progressive thing. It's going to get worse with time, regardless of what we do.
He's old, right? So it's not very flexible.
Love his hairdo. It is like the cutest little bob. He's got.
Always so happy to be out of the clinic. Well, I always have to walk Donut when he's out of the vet, because if I don't, then he gets like bloody diarrhea. Yes. He always gets so stressed going to the vet. So today he stayed in the vet for almost like 45 minutes. That's already like too long for him. And then I've noticed, like from my previous experience, that it's easier if I just walk him, and then that releases his stress from going to the clinic. So that's why he is getting his second walk of the day.
Lung sounds are not okay. He's got effort, and he's got increased lung sounds on both sides. I'm worried that something's going on in his lungs that's not heart related, but obviously something's bugging him, and I suspect he's not breathing very well. That's why he's unsettled.
Yeah.
He can't just lie down and relax. He's probably feeling like he's taking enough air. That's what he looks like to me, the way he's sort of standing there. He can't lie down, he can't get comfortable.
That he may have vomited or silently regurgitated, but actually inhaled that into down his airway. One of his lung lobes is now full of gas. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm assuming it's either stomach acid or stomach contents, and it basically means that he doesn't have his full lung capacity, and that's why he's struggling. Given his age, and given that he's really unsettled and he is having some effort with his breathing, even though he's not oxygen dependent, I think he would really benefit from injectable antibiotics and from fluids.
I'm at the vet again because this morning after I took Donut out, I noticed he is like breathing heavier than usual.
and then he would like small whining sound when he's like breathing. Throughout the day he seems to be getting worse, and then he seems to be breathing even harder, to the point like I noticed that he's just basically getting up, being restless, breathing like that, walk around a little bit and then go back to sleep. And he only sleep on like his soft pillow, and I try to give him food and he wouldn't eat any. Then I knew it's very serious, because if he doesn't eat, then like it's a big problem. 4 hours pass, he seems to be getting worse, like his breathing is like breathe even deeper. I have to bring him to the emergency vet, so right now I'm waiting outside. He will recover from it, but it will just take a long time, especially because he's so old. The vet suggested that I leave him here overnight so he'll get IV, but I can also take him home, so I decided to take him home because I think I told you guys before that Donut always get very stressed staying at the vets and he will get bloody diarrhea. Hopefully I will take him home, and then if he eats and drinks then it's good, I don't have to bring him back. But if he still doesn't eat and drink because he's still very uncomfortable, then I'll have to bring him and then he'll have to stay here overnight. It's just not even just the fact that it's expensive, it's the fact that I know that if he stays here overnight he's gonna get so stressed. So there's a lot of extra problem if he needs to stay here. Yeah, that was very stressful because at the beginning my vet told me that there is a lot of like water pocket around his stomach. I think I told you guys last time that he had to get an ultrasound done, so his ultrasound showed that he does have a mass around his spleen, but my regular vet told me from the size and then the look of it, it doesn't look like it's a cancerous tumor, so it is fine to leave it there. And this vet, when she first saw him and then they checked quickly the ultrasound, and then she said those like pockets doesn't look normal and they could be cancerous, and I'm scared that the cancer will go to the lung. And then when she said that, like I literally like just started crying. I know that one day Donut will bye-bye, and I don't want someone to tell me that, because I remember when my cat, like when she was about done, then the vet told me that like, oh, you have to prepare that, you know, Hershey's getting old and then she's probably not gonna make it. Like I just started bawling at the vet. So it's really hard for someone to tell you this. Like I don't like to hear it. I know I have to prepare myself, but I don't like to hear it. So I was like a little emotional. I just started crying, basically like driving, because I had to go home and get something. So I was like coming back and I started crying in the car while driving. Not very safe. So fingers crossed everything is fine after he goes home.